Hey, fellas, how you doing? Looking good. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Hello, thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to a new series of Friday Night with Jonathan Ross. And look at the mess, it's terrible. Look at the state of this place. It was immaculate when we left it. Where's Naomi Campbell when you need her, eh? Not the first time I've shouted that out. Well, it's great to be back, and we've got some fantastic guests this series. In fact, why not phone our premium rate quiz line and guess who they are? It cost you a fiver and there's no one on the end, but who cares? We're quids in. And thank you, by the way, while speaking about phoning in, to everyone who donated to Comic Relief last week. Not only did we help save thousands of lives, we also killed the Vicar of Dibley. Double bubble. Just a joke, I miss her really. Shall we see, ladies and gentlemen, who is in my green room this evening, the first show of the series? Why don't we have a look? My first guest is an actor. He was Harry Potter. Now he's on stage wowing them in the West End in Equus. It is Mr. Daniel Radcliffe. Hello. Daniel, that is a good-looking fella. You're a good-looking young man, Daniel.
Thank you, Jonathan. You're a very good-looking old man.
Now, Daniel, we might as well get this out of the way early. In Equus, as you may have read, Daniel has a full frontal nude scene. All right? Now, I have witnessed this. And all I can say, ladies, is I can assure you it's not only the Harry Potter books that have got longer as the years go by. I'm glad I was upstairs. Downstairs, a woman came out holding a wire because he's strung out. I'm telling you, you want to be careful.
Thank you very much. Yes.
My next guest is a very talented and extraordinarily beautiful young actress. Well, they had to get me back from holiday somehow. It's the stunning Tandy Newton. Hey, Tandy, how are you? Thank you for coming on. Nice to have you here.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. My next guest is, and it's not often we get to say this, a British world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the IBF and IBO World Light Welterweight Champion, Mr. Ricky the Hitman Hatton. Ricky. Great to have you here, Ricky. Thank you for coming on the show.
Great to be here. Thanks, mate.
Now, a word of warning to you, Ricky, up front here, OK? Being a national sporting legend has its downside. 1 minute, you're everybody's hero. Next minute, you're drunkenly capsizing a pedalo at 4 in the morning and being rescued by a waiter, so...
Freddie, go on, lad.
Yeah. You're friends with Freddie, aren't you?
Yeah, he's a good mate of mine. He likes a pint just like me. I've never embarrassed myself on a pedalo, like, but, you know...
But are you planning to?
You never know what the future may hold, do you, mate?
Great to have you here, though, Ricky. Thank you for coming on the show. Before we get on with the show properly, I'd like to update you with a little something that's happening at my house at home. We have a new arrival. OK, I'm going to warn you in advance, it's just about the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. We have a new dog, a new puppy. His name is Sweeney, OK? He's a Brussels Griffin. I don't know if you've ever seen a Brussels Griffin. They're like kind of slightly prettier pugs. He's like a little furry piranha. He's got a slight underbite. You know. The thing is, he's so cute and he's so lovely. It's my wife's dog, really. We've all got a dog now. There's 5 of us in the house and we have 5 pet dogs, OK? And they get on very well. But he's so cute and small, my wife doesn't want him, you know, out of her sight. We have him in bed with us, and I don't know, you know, it's tricky at times. It's incredible. Anyway, I imagine. So he's in the bed with us most of the time, but we don't like to leave him alone when we go out because he's tiny. He's a tiny, wee little thing. I'm going to show you a picture now. I'm warning you in advance, he's about as cute as it gets. Have a look at little Sweeney. He's gorgeous, isn't he? Great. But we don't... Fantastic. We went along. Jane said, I can't leave the dog at home. We haven't got anyone to look after him. I said, bring him with. We'll smuggle him in. We smuggled him into this hotel. We weren't meant to have any animals in there. We hid him down the jumper, and she had him down the jumper. I then said, I'll put him in my jacket, and I was holding like that. As I went in, someone came up and patted me and went, looking a bit fat. Right? And I went, don't touch me! Because I was worried about the dog. They thought I was just being a bit of a diva. Unfortunately, on the way out, when I gave them the dog back to the wife, they still went, still looking porky. And we were in there watching Doctor Who, and the new Doctor Who series is going to be great. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. But the people behind us, and it was all people who've been in the series, lots of celebrities there. Behind us was Dawn French was there, Catherine Tate was there, Tracy Ann Oberman. They've all been in the series, or they're about to be in the series. They're sitting there. Were they looking at the screen for Doctor Who? What were they looking at? Mr. Sweeney. Right there. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Like that. Look. Exactly. A woman there's almost fainting. He's so cute. She went, oh, my God. All right? But the other day we went out and we didn't have anyone to babysit at home and we couldn't take him with us. We were going to a restaurant. It was my little boy's birthday. So I phoned up one of my friends who's an animal lover. I phoned Ricky Gervais. And I said, Ricky, would you mind looking after a puppy for us? He said he wouldn't mind at all. Here's Ricky looking after little Sweeney here. Look at that, you see? Now, I know a lot of you might be concerned because there's been talk about it and it all came out around Crufts that inbreeding has caused a flat nose and breathing difficulties. But I think Ricky's just like that because he comes from Reading, right? Should we get my first guest out? Yeah! Why don't we? He's earned a fortune as Harry Potter. I hope he saved it up because I've had a word with J.K. Rowling and apparently she kills him off halfway through the next one. Will you please welcome Daniel Radcliffe? Daniel, welcome back. Thank you very much for coming back on the programme.
Thank you. No, it's like a second home now. It's wonderful.
God bless you. Hey, I rather like this look. Is this for the play, the beard that you've grown here?
It is. Well, it's very flattering of you to call it a beard. I mean, my friend texted me the other day and said, "What's that crap on your chin?" I said, "Well, it's a beard, actually."
It's nearly a beard, isn't it? It's
It's getting there,
It's like a demi-beard.
Not bad for, 17.
That's not bad
You know.
for 17.
Thank you. That does deserve applause. You're absolutely right.
I tried growing a beard many years ago and it came out quite gingery at the sides.
I know, I was worried about that because my friend Will gets that and he sort of has a bit of a... And I was terrified of that happening.
Are you going to keep it, do you think, after the play finishes?
I don't know. I think it looks a bit... I don't know how good it actually looks, you see, because it's sort of like half there. It's sort of... Your hair's 4 inches apart on my top lip.
No, you know what you should do is get a bit of mascara, put it in it.
You've done that?
Yeah. Now, listen, Daniel he delivers a terrific performance in Equus. I went to see Equus in the West End this week. Congratulations, it's a fabulous performance.
Thank you very much indeed.
And I imagine a lot of people go along and they know in advance. They know you, of course, for being Harry Potter. You know, it's one of the most famous film series in the history of cinema. Some people go there probably to see you for that reason. Other people, even if they've gone to see the play, aware of that. Within 2 minutes you'll be out on stage. I think everyone's forgotten that. It's a tremendous performance.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's been a really positive thing because, I mean, lots of people who have seen it have sort of come out saying, you know, even people I know well sort of forgot it was me, which is great. If you can make people do that, then you're there.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
it's a peculiar role, of course. It's a very challenging role. Did you choose it on purpose because it's about as far away from Harry Potter as you could get, really, isn't it? And was that part of the thinking?
It was... it's not that I want to distance myself from Harry Potter because I'm incredibly proud of them and I love doing them and it's great fun and all that. But it's you know, it was something that was... I wanted to... The whole point about doing something different is to prove that you can do other stuff and that you're not just going to go on doing the same film until Harry Potter 97. And so, you know, hopefully it's achieved that.
But did you say, you know, I'm really looking for a part in which... Because the character you play, I don't want to spoil the play at all, but he's a very troubled, deeply young man who molested animals due to some sort of weird...
Not so much molested. I'd like to make this distinction.
That's what I got from the play, that you were a horse molester.
Well,
or maybe that's what I got from you. I don't know.
He rides them naked and does get off on it.
Yeah. Okay, and then he does something horrible to them at the end. I think that's molestation.
Yeah, all right,
okay.
Fine. Even less horses, yes.
Either way, he has a strange, let's call it a strange relationship with animals.
Definitely, yes.
But were you scared about doing it at all? Obviously, we'll get to some of the more obvious reasons why it was a challenge, but certainly it's a very demanding role. You're on stage for a lot, and it calls for a certain level of acting ability and skill, and you're not known for your stage work previously. So were you intimidated by the part?
I mean, yeah, I was. I was not so much by the part. I mean, obviously, it is, as you say, very challenging. But it's also just the thing of going on stage and doing it and being able to... Because, you know, when you're filming, you sort of get out there and you do however many takes, but you sort of get breaks in between. It's about that thing of sustaining the energy for 2.25 hours or however long it is.
Does that make it easier in some ways, though? Because when you're making a movie, of course, and I'm sure most people know this, sometimes you'll shoot the middle sequence right at the beginning, at the end, at the third day, and whereas here, of course,
Yeah, no, it does make it a lot easier in terms of getting into the part. But, I mean, it's weird because it's one of those things where you come out and on quite an intense note, because basically the first time I come out in the play, I scream television jingles at a psychiatrist, which is quite a level to come in on. Because you've got nothing before that, really. But it was, you know, so it's going well. Now, hopefully it will continue to.
We have a photograph. That's not in the place.
No.
There are no actual animals on stage.
I was tensing my stomach muscles for about 2 hours, almost fainted.
Well, OK, let's deal with the nudity on stage, because I was told in advance Daniel is completely naked on stage, and I didn't see it.
What?
When does it happen in the play?
It happens near the end. Me and Joanna both get a kit off.
Oh, is that when the girl gets her clothes off?
Ah, right. Yeah, I do it at the same time.
That was a treat. I didn't know that was coming. I was made up.
Yeah, I was.
She gets completely naked.
She does. Yes, Joanna's great. Jo's fantastic. She's a real laugh. But it was one of those things where I was thinking, you know, even though I am naked on stage and that's going to be very scary, I will have Joanna to distract myself with.
Yeah, but now...
Which is a comfort. But she's...
Are you not worried about distraction, though? Because when I was your age, if there was another young lady nearby naked, it wouldn't matter where I was at the time, things would have been moving.
I know. Well, this is the thing, was that it really, really doesn't. When you've got 950 people staring at you, I was really worried about it. but it really, nothing. It's so not even entering your head.
God bless you, though, but that's a great thing, isn't it? Were you panicked the first night, did you think?
Yeah, but also the thing is about me and Joe, we sort of get on really... If we were doing a scene of that level of intimacy with somebody you really hated, it'd be awful. Yeah. But we sort of get on really well, and she's great in the film. She has a very lovely and very big boyfriend.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I would last 2 seconds in a fight with him.
I know you're acting, you're playing another person on stage there, but initially at least, and I don't want to give away what happens, but you initially go through the motions of the act of intercourse, okay? Were you worried about it looking...
With the horse or with the girl?
With the girlie.
With the girl.
Okay.
Again, another important distinction to make.
Maybe the sequel, you can get a horse.
Yeah.
Were you concerned about people analysing your technique? Thinking...
Well, there was... during rehearsals, Thea, our director, was saying to me, telling us what position to get into, and she said, Dan, I'm not criticising your technique. And I said, no, it's fine, believe me, many have. But she was...
Dan,
but no,
you're 17, not that many have.
No. Fair enough.
Yeah. Maybe one or two. But...
No, but a few people have many times.
OK. Very nice. Well, now, I don't know if you knew about my acting past, Daniel.
I didn't,
okay,
but tell me.
When I was at London University, back in the day, I played Wiglaf in the London University
What?
Drama...
Sorry.
I was Wiglaf in Beowulf, the London University Drama
okay.
Society. Quite a radical interpretation of it. It was like Tarantino for its day. Now...
Have we got pictures of this?
No, sadly not. Oh. They've all been destroyed. But that's when I grew my beard, because I was a Viking. We were young, we thought we'd stir things. Mainly we were students performing. One bloke, we ran out of students, so a friend of his said, I've got a bloke, he's a builder, he does a bit of acting. We had this big strapping builder came in. He went in straight in, he was meant to... He was down on one arm doing all of that. He was... all of that!
I did that early on, but Thea said it just wasn't appropriate.
I was intimidated.
I'm so sorry, Joanna.
Put a riding cap on. Give her a treat. That'll be in keeping with the nature of the...
We'll keep the theme going, yeah absolutely.
Theme. But hats off to you, because here's something, once again, it's a bold thing, and you know people are going to pay more attention to that than they would an actor who wasn't so famous for work elsewhere. And you've dealt with that, I think, admirably, because it must have been a little bit tiresome at first, knowing like I was going to go on about it, but also I know people snuck cameras in to take pictures for the newspapers.
I know. It was very... I mean, the whole camera being inside the theatre stuff is actually quite funny, because they make stuff up constantly. There was one person that said that me and Richard Griffiths had to climb out of a window to get out of the theatre, which is just completely untrue.
I don't think I've seen a window that Richard Griffiths could climb out of.
Well, I mean, that's similar to what he said, you know.
He's a brilliantly talented man, but he's a giant
fellow, isn't he? He's a big guy, yes.
By the way, before we go on, congratulations, though, because really, genuinely, I was really impressed by you.
Thank you very much. And do come and see it, because there's this misconception going around. The producer called me before the show saying, plug the play, Dan.
I thought it was sold out.
No, this is the thing. There are loads of tickets left.
Oh, really?
It's going really well.
Don't say loads. It sounds like
no, it sounds like... I mean, we're all desperate. I mean, come if you want.
Yeah. There might be a
ring up and see.
Call now, just in case. You don't want to sound needy.
No, exactly.
No, it's a great play. I really enjoyed it, and it's a tremendous piece of work. You know, it's a great team. You have, of course, Jenny Agata, but the main roles is you and Richard Griffiths, of course. They're the parts.
Richard, and Richard is fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant in it. I've just picked a bit of this sofa. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're a couch molester as well. Yeah. Let's talk about Harry Potter. How do you deal with the real kind of hardcore Harry Potter fans? Because there are fans who know the books and know the films so well.
It's terrifying.
I would imagine you don't have that kind of knowledge,
no,
I would have thought.
Not at all. I mean, no. I mean, they're incredible. They know everything. I mean, I did an interview a while ago, and they asked me about the prophecy that's mentioned in the fifth film, and I quoted something, and then I thought, oh God, I've probably got that wrong, and they'll just massacre me for it, because they do know the books absolutely inside out, and it's
But nice
terrifying.
of you to join in like that, because I know, it must get a little bit wearisome sometimes, having people who just want to talk to you about that.
It's weird, it doesn't actually happen very often. That's what was, I mean, people are, because I don't, because I'm particularly at the moment, because I'm just doing the play every day, you meet the fans at the stage door, but most of them come to see the play, and so that's what they're talking about. So I've at least had a little break from that.
Well, that's nice. That's a really good thing. When is the next movie out? You've already finished the next one.
I think it's in July.
Wow, I can't wait for it.
It's going to be really good.
This is number 5 of the films, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And there's been the 6th book is already out.
6th is out.
The 7th book is this year.
It is.
Have you read the 7th book?
I don't think it's finished yet, is it? I don't know. It probably is actually.
Do you know roughly what's going to happen? I know you
no,
can't tell us.
No, I didn't.
But...
I don't. I know details, but nothing that's particularly relevant, probably. But there was one day where J.K. Rowling actually came out to the set, and it was a big day with lots of crowd and background people in, and I just said to them all, "Yeah, of course, you told me the ending." And they were just they all got really up in arms. Were like, "Well, tell us." It was like, and I couldn't possibly. I really couldn't. It was great. They got really wound up.
Does it involve the words, "It was all a dream"?
It does.
Because that would be disappointing.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be terrible. I hope that that's not the case.
They're great books, of course. I read them to my children, and I enjoyed reading them myself as well. And she seems like such a nice woman. I haven't met her, but she seems like a terribly nice woman.
No, she is. She's lovely. She's and totally, you know, really supportive of the film, because I know some authors who've had their books turned into movies are very sort of protective and don't want any, and aren't. But she's so accommodating.
Well,
she just views them as two separate entities.
They've made great films out of them as well. They have made.
Yeah, no, we haven't done.
Before we've got a trailer of the new movie. I think
have you? I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you see how excited he is now?
Yeah.
But before we do that, let me just show you this picture. Do we have a picture of Daniel and Hermione and look how young? Oh my good lord! Look at you there.
Jesus.
Who would have thought you'd wind up stripping off and molesting horses in public?
I know.
You seem like such a nice young man back then.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it?
But that's remarkable.
Well, it's meeting you.
But that's what's so weird is seeing how you guys have grown up, and it's rare for us to have the chance to follow a series of films where the characters grow up, but the same actors play them, and there you are, you know, just a few years back, I guess, or
wow.
2 years ago.
That was the fourth one, yes. Yeah, God, Jesus, we even look different now to them, don't we?
Yeah, of course. You'll keep growing until you hit about.
Well, I don't think
25.
I will. This is the tragedy, because my mum's, she's backstage watching now probably, so she won't be very happy, but she's very short. And so I'm 5'6" now, I think. My dad's 5'9", so I think this is about the level for me. So anybody who thinks I'm going to get taller will be very disappointed.
But you know what, Daniel? I've met many of the world's biggest movie stars and top actors, and very rarely are they what you would consider tall. More often than not, they are around 5'6", 5'7", something like that.
So, that's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise is not a tall man, as we all know. Tandy has worked with... Hey, Tandy, you've worked with Tom, haven't you?
Yeah.
How tall is he compared to Daniel, do you think? About the same height? A little bit taller?
Daniel seems taller.
Ah, wonderful.
What a marvellously diplomatic answer.
Have
you seen him in Equus yet?
No, I want to go next week.
No, but that'll give you a preview round the back if you ask nicely.
I'll be Joe.
I'll be the horse.
All right.
Don't actually do it. Has it got easier at making it, because special effects technology has moved on considerably in that period, I would have thought. Is it easier doing things like the flying scenes, like some of the magic scenes, or is it pretty much the same kind of
They did something wonderful on the fifth film, which was to change the way we did the flying, which was great, because it means there is now a slim chance that I might be able to have children.
It was a harness before?
It was a harness, but it was on a bike saddle, so if anyone has a bicycle, not with them, obviously, that would be awful, but if you sit on the bike and then just let your legs hang and then sort of lean forward, it's different for men, it has to be said.
So now it's a different...
So now it's a wider seat, so
well, we don't want to give away the magic, of course, but it must be, they must be the days you dread, I would have thought, though, because it's harder working as well.
Yeah, it is much harder work.
But how incredible to be involved in so many movies, which have been so important to so many people. I mean, really, quite something.
That's a great thing. And also, if they'd been one of those things which are like when sometimes we get a long series of films, the quality of the film decreases each one. And I genuinely think these ones get better and better.
I think they have, yeah. No disrespect to the early ones, but I think the directors have given it more kind of their personality.
And David Yates, who's directed this one, is just brilliant.
I can't wait to see the new movie, as I said. And once again, I very much enjoyed you in Equus. I thought it was a tremendous performance.
Thank you very much.
If you're thinking of going to see Daniel Lewis, I thought it was sold out as well. It's weird. That seems to be the...
It is the conception, but it's not genuinely.
It's not sold out yet, so get yourself in when you can, because you're only in it until June, aren't you?
June the 9th.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're a fan of theatre or you just like to see Harry Potter's get yourself down to the...
Or both!
It's a useful selling point.
Yeah.
How lovely to see you again. Yes. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Not at all. Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck with everything this year. Daniel Radcliffe, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
You'll go back there.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to see you.
We'll have a chat afterwards. I'll make sure you're happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Daniel Radcliffe. OK, now, before we move on, we've still got, as you know, the lovely Tandy Newton to come. Of course, Ricky Hatton's there. Ricky, you all right?
Not bad.
Hey, didn't he look fit? Didn't Daniel look pretty buff there, worked out?
Yeah, he's filled out. Yeah, since he was Harry Potter, filled out a bit, yeah.
Because, I'll be honest with you, there he is. Because looking at you two, if we had to choose the one who was the boxing champ, it would be Daniel, not old Lardy over there. Look at that. I know
Don't say that, I'm sitting next to him, he might hit me.
Behave yourself.
Shall we get my next guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Well, try and sound f***ing excited about it. Shall we get my next guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah! Please welcome the fabulous Tandy Newton. Wow, well, that was an accident. I had a kiss right on the lips then. Was that on purpose or was that an accident?
I sort of moved in for a big one.
Wow, we had a kiss on the lips. I'm going to have a little sit down for about 5 minutes now and cool off. Welcome to the show, Tandy. You look fabulous. Doesn't Tandy look gorgeous this evening, ladies and gentlemen? You look great. And you've got it right. You're not too glam. It's a beautiful outfit.
Relaxed.
What's going on here? What have you brought in here? What is this?
Well, yesterday I spoke to your lovely researcher and she said that you had a new puppy, like I do.
Oh, you've got a puppy as well?
A new puppy, we'll talk about that. But Sweeney, I thought was a girl, and you said you wanted her to have a bob, so I thought I'd do one for you.
Well, it's lovely. I don't know whether...
It's fine.
It
you
was
just
for Sweeney.
A little bit of toupee
We
glue.
could give it to Daniel. We could cover up during the nude scene, the necklace.
A little merkin.
That's what they call a pubic wig, I believe.
Merkin, yeah.
Have you ever encountered such a thing in your professional life or indeed socially?
I've used them a couple of times.
Have you really?
I have. To add in period films. It's true. It's absolutely true.
This is because ladies today are more... There's more gardening goes on than
more
in the
trimming.
old days. How weird is that?
You know, armpit hair. In fact, when I was making a film called Beloved, it turned out I only had sort of 10 under each arm, so they had to increase.
So what, you're really a big old, healthy old cat weasel under each arm?
Afro under each.
Wow, and is that weird having... Wouldn't it be easier just to grow it?
I only had 10 under each, love. I'm a sort of a hairless person.
So have you, over the years, have you waxed and depilated so often that you think you've scared the hair into not coming out there anymore?
No, it just never really started.
You were never a hairy girl?
No.
This is a strange conversation.
I know, let's...
How lovely to have you here, though. Thank you very much for coming on the show, and thank you for bringing that. You have a new puppy as well? What dog do you have?
Yeah, a little mixed up bit of something.
So it's not a breed dog as such?
No, a little mongrel.
What is the dog's name?
Magnificent.
Oh, there we have a picture of you. What a sweet dog.
Yeah.
And how old is Magnificent?
She's Maggie for short. She's 9 weeks old.
Well, Magnificent is quite a lot to live up to.
It is, isn't it?
I knew you'd travelled all over the world. I knew you'd lived in Cornwall for a brief period.
Yes.
And then initially I thought it was Zimbabwe.
We lived in Zambia.
Right.
But my mum is from Zimbabwe, which is neighbouring.
So your mother is Zimbabwean, but you lived in...
Zambia. She was working in Zambia when my parents met.
And that's where they met. And is it true that your mother is a princess? She's of some sort of royal lineage?
She's a Shona princess, yeah.
Wow.
Except, I could leave it there, but the truth is that in Zimbabwe and in a lot of parts of Africa, there are many tribes, and each tribe has a lineage which has a royal monarch.
So you would have...
So there are many.
There
There's
could
like
be quite
many
a few.
queens.
So it's not as big a deal as it would be, say, being a princess over here, where there's only the one royal family.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it must be quite something, isn't it? I mean, there must be...
Well, my mum remembers people, even after the colonialists came in and got rid of the royal families, people would come past the town that they lived in, the village, and sort of genuflect outside their door.
Wow. What a great thing to have in your past, I would have thought.
No, it is. It really is.
Let's talk about some of your movies, because I've enjoyed you in any number of movies. I loved you in Crash, which it was a tremendous movie, but it was a great performance by you in a very difficult part to play, because I don't know if you've seen the film, but it's a woman in initially very unpleasant circumstances. There's a racist policeman, a troubled man who does something quite horrible to you, and those sort of days filming, I would have thought that must be hard work, isn't it?
It was surreal, definitely. And also, I didn't actually know that the scene that you're talking about was going to be as extreme as that, because in the script, and I can understand why, they sort of hedged it. It wasn't really that stark what was going to happen.
He kind of touches you in a wholly inappropriate way. He violates your sense,
and because I'm
doesn't he?
English, I thought that it was, because suggestion is almost as powerful as the real thing.
Yeah.
So I just thought that it was going to be suggested. But then when we got to the set that night, it was all night shoots. The director, bless his heart, called Matt Dillon and I over to his trailer and said, "Tandy, are you wearing protective underwear?" Which I thought was a bit odd. And no, the costume have some protective underwear for you because we really want to take this scene to the...
Because he reaches up under and it's horrible.
It's hand rape. And I wasn't prepared for that. I was shocked. But you know what? I think ultimately that is how extreme life can be, and it turned out to be, in a way, because it was so extreme, it let the rest of the film live up to that. Which was
and also
important.
it was a very popular movie when it came out as well. I know it kind of...
Hugely. I mean, honestly, Jonathan, I made it thinking that it would come and go, but it didn't matter because it was a great script, and just working on something that good is so fulfilling.
So you were surprised that it was as well received as it was?
just completely shocked.
How is it when you get the phone call and someone says you've been nominated for an Oscar? That must be quite some call to receive, isn't it?
Well, I was nominated for a BAFTA.
And an Oscar as well, weren't you?
No.
Or not? Oh, I thought you were.
No, the film won.
I
the
see. The
Oscar.
film was. So you're not for BAFTA. Well, that's
But
it.
I like it because you obviously feel that I should have been.
Yeah. I'm telling everyone you were, and let's face it,
Should we
that's
just
more
change
important.
it?
Yeah, let's say you won the Oscar. We can Photoshop that out immediately, that one. OK, well, let's... even though the BAFTA, which is, of course, the English Oscar...
And
that's
it's
what
more
it was.
important.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
Once again, though, what a great moment that must be when you get the call. Who phoned you? Is that your agent, or is it someone who worked on the movie with you? Or?
I can't remember. It didn't matter.
So it's not that big a moment, then?
No, it was
completely...
huge, but the deliverer of the message was sort of
Yeah.
insignificant. I was... Oh, so...
Tough scene to show there, but it's a great movie. Am I right in thinking that you kind of drifted into acting more or less by accident? Because it wasn't really a big ambition. You were going to be a dancer, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
So how did the acting come into your life?
I was at an arts boarding school and when I was 16, and I'd been training for a performance and I had a back injury, so I was out of action for a few months. And in that time, an audition, which happened now and again, an audition for a film came along, and I was the only black girl in my school, and that was the remit for the part, so I went along. And
you got the role?
I think it was partly because I just had no expectations or ideas about what acting really was. And I didn't really care.
So you weren't scared by the prospect?
Not at all.
It was the film with Nicole Kidman. It was Flirting. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that the stuff?
Oh,
wow, look how
look.
young you look there.
So sweet.
And yet you kept your sort of, I know it sounds, but the real life going, because you kept going back to school and then you went on to university, didn't you? Even while you were still working in Hollywood, and then but you were in Cambridge studying at the same time. Is
You
that
haven't
right?
met my mum.
So she was
Oh,
the...
yeah.
she
You're
was-
going back to school? Yeah. Hey, that's how she talks!
I'm not sure anymore, but we can do voices. So she was the one who kind of forced you. And why is that? She didn't think the acting was going to be there for you as a proper career, or...?
Yeah, because if you look at it, I mean, it is very unpredictable. And education for my mum was everything. It really changed her life in a kind of significant way that we can't really appreciate. So I think that she just... And also I'm, you know, bright and...
Yeah, she wanted you to make most of it.
University.
Is she relaxed about you being an actor through choice now? Is that...
She's well chilled now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's seen you do it, and you've won several Oscars.
Yeah, lots of Oscars.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
bored of my
Dozens,
Oscars.
you got too
no
many,
more
innit?
room for them.
Matter of fact, they've been written out your CV.
I
You've
know,
got so
I can't
many.
bear it.
I imagine the film business, though, must be harder than getting in. I mean, Daniel's kind of done it reverse. He was in movies, now he's on stage. But going to the stage, I would have thought, would seem like a more real environment because there's a community of actors around
Yeah.
you. There isn't the fuss and there isn't the money
Yeah,
and the
that's
kind of
really
glamour
true.
that goes with it by association.
Yeah.
Whereas you went fairly, you know, into a fairly high level of movies. I mean, how old were you when you made Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise?
Oh, God, maybe 22?
So you're still a young person.
Oh, yeah,
Now, you had several kissing scenes with Tom, of course.
I did.
Do you ever, when you're kissing someone in acting kissing, and you tried to kiss me when you came out there, and it was lovely.
You were
but-
having none of it, though.
Well, I wasn't expecting it. I was a bit
cold,
frightened.
Cold,
You know? Yeah, I'm scared of people who aren't my wife. You know, it's like, I'm used to her, and it doesn't matter what she thinks of my kissing technique. If I was going to start kissing new people again, I'd have to go back to kissing school.
That's true.
Start practising on an orange. So I read that in Cosmopolitan. When I was a little boy growing up, yeah, I wanted to know how to kiss girls. It said, practice on an orange.
What, a whole one or one cut up?
No, the bit in the middle. And then, but then, years later, I read a similar one. It said, that's what you do if you want to practice.
I think so.
Which I'm
wrong with
great
that.
at, because I spent years practising my kissing in that way, so I'm an expert. But what's he like? Are there moments ever, though, where you can lose yourself in it and enjoy it like you would just a physical time with someone attractive, or is it always technically and you're thinking of the cameras and all that?
Well, with Tom, it's always thinking about the cameras. There was one scene we had to do at the end of Mission Impossible 2, and we did the scene where we had to kiss really passionately. It's the very end. And he goes, oh, God, that was terrible. Tandy, come over here. And we went to the monitors, and he showed me why it was bad, because
And why?
I was too enthusiastic. I'm just trying to go for it. I mean,
What,
not
you
in
reached
any...
round and you gave him a little...
No. It was all on our faces, actually.
What, the angles of them?
I was just squashing him. So his poor face was, his nose was bent sideways, and he...
What a big old ponce. Him going... Candy, you're squashing
It
my nose.
didn't look good, though, it's true.
Well,
so
of course.
he taught me how to pull back, but still give enough.
So it looked like you into
So,
it.
it was very, very clinical by the end.
But so there's a real skill to screen kissing that
There
we
is
don't
a
necessarily
huge
appreciate.
skill.
Do you let the dog kiss you?
Maggie, for the first 3 nights, because Ol was away in LA for a week, she was in bed with me for 3 nights.
And all over the face?
Well, you know what? There was one night, the last night, when I put her in the cage and slammed the door, because I woke her up in the middle of the night and she was licking my ear, and then she'd keep licking, and I realised she was licking her women's area and then licking me like a double cornet. So she'd go from my ear to her bits and pieces, back
so
and forth.
it's like sweet, savoury, sweet,
Sweet.
savoury.
Yes!
That's nice.
That is it, I'm telling you.
Who can blame her? Okay.
So I just thought, yeah, no.
Tandy, if I could reach, I'd do that as well. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
It's like a 99, not a 69.
The dogs do a weird thing. Has she licked you right? Has she licked you right up in the nostrils yet? They lick right up in the nostrils sometimes.
No.
You got that treat to come.
Oh, no, I haven't.
So Tandy, how lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Oh, I should ask you one more thing before you go, because you're going to be in a movie which I'm really looking forward to with Simon Pegg and directed by David Schwimmer. Is he in it as well?
No.
Did you enjoy working with Schwimmer and Pegg and Schwimmer?
What a triumvirate. It was amazing. I love Simon Pegg. I had this idea that comedians were kind of morose and a bit depressed, but he's just having a wonderful time all the time. He's so grateful and incredibly sensitive and kind. It's just lovely.
Is it tricky working with comedians and you know they're going to try and be funny all the time and that? Do you feel you have to compete with them and try and join in like that? Or?
Well, no, because, you know, I made him laugh quite a lot.
Oh.
And no, it's true though. I wanted to get him going, so I would. The practical jokes were very unsuccessful. He just never gave it back. I tried the cling film on the loo seats. He didn't give me any response. Then I did this amazing thing, which I was chuckling about for at least 2 days before I did it. King-size Mars bar. Try this at home. It's completely fine. King-size Mars bar. Squash it down. Put it into 3 sort of mounds, squash them together, put a tail, absolutely like a turd, I can't tell you. So I put it in his trailer, inside, and I got a pair of old Y fronts, smeared some Marmite, and it's a lot of practice and work.
You really put a lot of work into this.
But as I was doing it, honestly, the pleasure came from just setting it up. It didn't matter what he thought. Left them, and then made sure that some of the techie guys that were cleaning the trailer saw it all while Simon wasn't there.
And what did he do when he saw it?
Gave me nothing.
He probably ate the Mars bar.
He gave... I know.
And he said, look, just like your dog, she's left some savoury Marmite to
look
finish
what
it
I
off.
did for him. A joke and a treat all at the same time.
But that's a lot of work. Have you done...
It was worth every second.
But he didn't respond?
He gave it up. The last thing I did was I sewed up his... Because he was in his costume on set, so I sewed up his cuffs and the collar of his T-shirt.
Can I be honest? You sound like a nightmare. Can I be honest?
I know.
Isn't that? Oh, Tandy's on the set. Oh,
but
Christ.
if you don't...
There'll be shit on the floor. But that's great that you're really joining in there.
Oh, I was joining in. But no one was joining in with me.
Tandy, thank you so much for being a charming guest.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tandy Newton. Tandy, you were wonderful. Thank you. Wasn't she lovely? Charming, wasn't she? What a charming guest. OK, a bit more news before we move on with our next guest. Archaeologists in Cyprus have unearthed what they claim is the world's oldest perfume. This has been in the newspapers this week. It's 4,000 years old. I have it here. See? Okay. Just think, 4,000 years ago, on Mother's Day, this very bottle was thrown away by a disappointed cave woman. But that's quite a coincidence because I've been sent a sample of the world's newest perfume, and we get sent this kind of stuff to show. Once again, haven't made this up, OK? It's called Vulva. Right? There's a little picture on the insert. Daniel? It's called Vulva, and its principal scent is, well, let me just say, they haven't lied on the label, all right? It's called Vulva, and we tried it out in the office, all right, for real, and you have never seen so many married men washing their hands so frantically and for so long before going out. Really, It really does smell like it. It's not a bad smell, but it smells kind of like, it's sort of tangy and it's spicy and there's like a cheap perfume involved as well. It's like someone's run up a lot of stairs before you... Explain that to the wife when I get home. Where have you been? Working. I tell you what, I don't want to shake Russell Brand's hand, it'll explode. Shall we get my final guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Hatton.
Got you a present.
Wow, you got me a present?
Got you a present, yeah.
Before we have a look at that, have a sniff of that. What do you think of that? Go on, go on, you know you want to. Yeah! It's
man like that. Have you got a spare bottle?
It's quite accurate, isn't it? All right, what you got me? Well, you bought me a present. Thank you very much.
Thought I'd bring you a pair of boxers.
Oh, come on. Check it out. Check it out. You bought me a skirt. It's a skirt, isn't it?
I thought you could at least look like a boxer before not out of you.
Welterweight, middleweight. Watch it. I've got the advantage, Hatton.
I'm not welterweight now.
What weight are you at the moment, then?
At the minute, I'm about 12 stone, which is about super middleweight.
Because you've got a big fight coming up quite soon. What weight should you be right now?
Well, no, my fighting weight is 10 stone.
Wow,
like
so
welterweight limit. And
so you've put on 2 stone?
Yeah.
How does that happen? What happened there? You just relaxing, enjoying Christmas, or what?
Well, ever since I've been a young lad, I've had this disease with my legs. I can't walk past chippies.
So you like your food?
I like my food, and I like a little pint of Guinness every now and again. So, you know, they've nicknamed me Ricky Fatton.
But is it tricky for you to lose the weight again? Because I put on loads of weight at Christmas. Not this year. Last year, I didn't manage to get it off.
Yeah, well, no, I always, the way, a big thing has been made of me weight, you know.
Trying to make that weight for the fight.
Yeah, everyone, you know, in the papers, oh, Ricky puts on too much weight, and Ricky, you know, as a bit like Freddie Flintoff, has 1 or 2 pints too many and 1 or 2
He has more than
King.
1 or 2 pints too many, old Freddie. But you're friends with Freddie, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I mean, I've never got on a pedalo yet, but
Yeah.
but no, he's a good lad. But no, I give myself a long training camp so that I don't cut any corners. I know I can do it correctly.
When are you fighting next? It's what is it, about 6 weeks away or 8 weeks?
No, it's about 14 weeks away. So,
you've got time.
Yeah, next week I always do about 12.
But 2 stone, that's still a lot of weight to shift.
Oh, you ought to see me now with an erection. I look like the letter Q.
I'll keep you to that. I'll have a look at that later on. But you're confident you'll do it? You'll do it, okay?
I always do it, you know, and you know, people have been saying for years about the weight I put on in between my fights because I'm, you know, a bit of a Jack the Lad and, you know, I like a good time and I like a drink. But you know, I'm 42 fights unbeaten. They've been saying it for years, and I'm waiting for the day to come where, you know, they get sick of it, you know. So.
Well, how long have you been boxing for altogether? When did you first begin
I
properly?
first started when I was 10 years old.
Wow, just a kid, really, a tiny little kid.
Yeah.
And what was it about sport? You just knew it was something you were good at, or you actually enjoyed what you were doing? There you are then, look at that.
Yeah.
It looks like the bloke from the 118 advert giving you a bit of advice. You just be crept in there.
Yeah,
you don't want to listen to him.
That was little Hitman. But no, I mean, as I started when I was 10, in fact, so I did kickboxing first.
Yeah.
Before I did boxing. I was into the Bruce Lee films first, so then like a youngster you think, I'll give kickboxing a go. And to be honest, I've always been the short and stumpy type. You know, and my talent was with my fists, and when me being so short, not with my feet. So
I guess, is it an advantage in boxing not being tall and rangy? I mean, in terms of you have a lower centre of gravity, I'm guessing you're harder to knock over, or is that just nonsense I'm saying here?
No, it is I suppose harder, you know, but you know, I've got a strong neck, you know, so I can take a
So you get a whack on the face.
Yeah, so I could take a decent punch. But no, that's what makes, you know, some of the hardest punches in the world are big, tall, skinny beanpoles.
Tell me
because they punch down on you.
I tell you, when I swing, I'm telling you, it's incredible. I'll give you a demonstration later if you're lucky.
I had no problem.
I've never been punched properly by a boxer, right? I don't really want to, but I'm curious to know what it would feel like.
It's a very overrated experience.
Well, when someone connects, are you aware what's going on? Do you see it coming beforehand and think, uh-oh, here it comes, or is it too quick for that?
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, in a couple of fights where, you know, the worst bit is when you've got an opponent on the run and he's ready for going, and sometimes you gamble, you know, you think, I'm going for him now.
So you're going to swing and leave yourself open?
Yeah, sometimes when you throw the punch, you know, halfway through throwing it, you think, this ain't going to get there. And they
what? Because they go under you. They kind of, because I've seen where sometimes they go whoa, and then that goes on. And they go whoa like that. They don't make that noise, but you know what I mean. They kind of that's a slow motion thing.
Not quite like that, but
I've seen that happen where they dodge it fast. Say I was going to punch you. How would you dodge a punch? Okay, I won't. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it too fast.
Well,
right.
I would. If you threw a left jab at me, I would.
Oh, the left jab. That's just one, isn't it?
Yeah, I would slip.
Oh wow, that's fast. He's very fast. I don't like that. What if I go that, but then I come with the right?
I would. If you throw a right.
Well, you've had this happen where they kick you like that, and they come.
Yeah.
So you go like that.
You throw a left, I would probably slip in.
Oh, you would have got me then. That's not so.
What if I go right?
What if I go right? I'm committing to this, so I'm going like that.
I would block and then.
Oh Jesus, I wouldn't want to know. That's horrible. What? That's a scary thing you're doing there.
It is, yeah. You know, it's just not nice when you get punched.
Well, that must be. And you're in that close. I didn't realise you're in that close. And I'll be honest with you, you're not an attractive bloke up close. That's even scarier. Nor am I know that. The two of us together, we're not getting anywhere.
I've always been an ugly fella.
I mean, you're not ugly. You've got character.
When I was a kid, my mum had to feed me with a bow and arrow. I was shocking, but it's a lot of punches on the face, obviously.
Do you feel the effect of that? Do you feel now a little more, you know, aware of the punishment you've received, or is that not really?
No,
something
I do. I look in the mirror and I think, you know, what happened to about 5 years ago? 5 years ago, everyone used to say I look like a young Ricky Martin, and now I look like a young Danny Devito. So it's not. But that comes with it. So that's, you know, everyone says, well, when you retire, you get your nose straightened and that. But no, that's me shield, I suppose.
Well, it's character, of course.
Yeah.
Ricky. Have you seen the Rocky movies?
I have, yeah.
They're great films, aren't they?
Yeah. Have you seen Rocky 6?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
A bit corny. Good film, but
Well,
he's still having raw eggs and chasing chickens. And
That's how you train, isn't it? Don't you chase chickens when you're training?
It was 1952.
Yeah, but that's why we love Rocky.
No, I've been very fortunate. I've been to fights in Vegas and I met him.
Oh,
because I went to a fight in Las Vegas when Jermaine Taylor was boxing Bernard Hopkins. And at the time, there's a boxer, former light heavyweight champion of the world, Antonio Tarver, starred in the film. He was the world champion.
Oh, yeah, the young guy who he boxes in number 6.
Yeah, so they were doing the film that night.
Oh,
you know,
they did, because they did. I don't know
everything.
if you've seen Rocky 6, but it was a big thing, and it really feels like, because they shot it in Vegas on the night of this big fight, and then they kind of piggybacked on it, so they had that atmosphere.
Yeah, so, you know, and he was there at the weigh-in, and, you know, I went over to him like, all right, Rocky, you know.
You know that's not his real name, Rocky.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, but you call him Rocky, don't you?
If you see him, you would, yeah, especially if he's in his boxing gear.
So, and believe it or not, he knew me because he did the Contender series.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so he obviously...
Well, he must be a fan of the sport.
Yeah,
himself,
he follows the boxing, and he said, sure, Ricky, he said, I loved your fight when you won the world title firstly against Kostya Tszyu, and I would like, you know, I nearly shot me bolt.
And did you then say... Well, that's charming. Did you... Did you then think to say, yeah, I've heard Rocky 6 is a bit corny?
No. But I was just made up, you know. I feel because of what I've achieved in boxing, I've been so fortunate to meet so many people.
Well, Ricky,
like
how old are you now, Ricky? And how old will you be, do you think, when you should and when you will give up boxing?
Believe it or not, I'm 28 now, and I'd like to think I'd have maybe 5, 6 more fights, maybe. Not long after 30, I think.
So 2 or 3 years left.
Yeah, something like that.
And what will you do afterwards? Because that's the kind of challenge to sportsmen, really, is what they do with the rest of their life when they've succeeded.
Well, I'd like to do, you know, George Foreman was a fighter that put a lot of weight on, so I'd like to be, you know, a Ricky Fat and Grill or something like that. You know,
you got one of those Foreman grills?
I've got about 4 or 5, to be honest. No, that's what I'd like to. That's what I'd like. No, I'd like to be a trainer because I've got a lot of happiness and met a lot of fantastic people through boxing. And I think once you become a champion, I think the second best thing to replace it after you retire is giving some youngster your knowledge and hopefully get the same life.
Still being in the game as well. You have a young boy, I believe. How old is your son?
Campbell's 6, yeah.
Campbell's 6, obviously an important part of your life.
Very much so.
If he came in and said, Dad, I fancy boxing, 4 years' time he's 10, same age as you started, and there he is, what a sweetheart, a little sweet boy there. Either that or that's a very elaborate scarf you're wearing, but I think there's a gorgeous little fella there.
He looked like Daniel before, doesn't he?
He does look a bit like Harry Potter, you're right. What will you say? Because you can't be a hypocrite and say, no, don't do this, but at the same time, it must be hard seeing
to be
kids
honest, I never... I don't know how my mum and dad do it. My mum and dad sit there in the front row at ringside every single fight, and I think...
Because your brother boxed as well,
My brother boxes, I work the corner with Matthew because I have my seconds licence as well, and it knocks me absolutely ill when he fights. I go so off colour with worrying and everything like that. Because,
so that's worse than when you're fighting?
Oh, without a doubt. At least I can do something about it when I'm in there. But, you know, to see, you know, your brother doing it, you know, and women boxers, I mean... You know, how the women do it? You know, I'll never know.
Do they not do tag boxing? Wouldn't that be good fun? That if you're in trouble, you could call he could call you in, like you could
It'd be
come
nice
in
to bring a sub on, yeah. He's a bit tasty. Get something else.
Exactly. They wouldn't want to take you on. Hey, what about? Do you think other sports train as hard? Do you think footballers, for example, or cricketers? You've said you're a friend with Freddie Flintoff, of course. Do they train as hard as boxers? Are they athletes in the same level?
I think boxing's the hardest sport in the world. You know, because you know you do like I do. You do a 3-month training camp. You're up every morning running, you know, you're in the gym every day training, and then you've got your diet, especially, you know, with me, we've got to shift a good few stones.
So what do you eat if you're going on a diet? What kind of meals do you have?
Well, the way I am, I have nothing, but, you know...
So you really have to come back...
No. what I tend to have is like, you know, more meals a day instead of the average 3 meals a day. What you know, most people would have.
So you have smaller meals more often.
Yeah, the same amount but split over a longer period.
See, I tried that, but I was having the bigger meals as well, and that I think is what was my downfall.
Yeah, well, that's the diet I'm on at the minute.
So what do you do to unwind when you're not boxing or when you have this period where you don't have to be so weight conscious? How do you enjoy yourself? What do you do with your time, your life, your money? What do you do?
I support the greatest football team the world's ever seen, Manchester City.
Manchester United. Well, City, I thought it was United. Well, United are a better team, aren't they?
No.
But they are. Ricky, they are.
No, they're not.
Ricky, everyone knows they are.
You know what? Manchester United and Arsenal and Chelsea, they could win the European Cup, the Champions League,
All
the
better
FA
teams,
Cup.
all better teams than Man City, yeah.
They'd never be
Man
as good
City,
as
are
us.
they in second division? Are they in the first division? I'm not sure.
No, they're struggling at the minute.
Come on, let's go, come on. I don't know much about football, as you've just no doubt worked out. But you know, you're a great boxer. I've had the privilege of seeing. I've never seen you live, but I've seen it on TV, and it's great. I'd love to come and see one of your fights. The next one's in Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, the next one's in Vegas, and there's like if you ever want a ticket, you know, you can have it for $50 or something like that.
You give me a free ticket?
No, I'll sort you the free ticket out. I'll get you the fight if you want. Put them shorts on. And...
I tell you, but seriously, I still like to think I could be quite a good boxer if I wanted to. I still think I could.
And then you wake up.
No, come on. Look, Vicky. Put them on. Right, yeah. Right, let's see if you can hit my hand. I bet you can't. I bet I'm faster than you. Come on. Come on, fatty. Let's have a go. Come on. Let's see what you've got. Let's see what you've got. You're talking about big talk. Come on. Come on, Man United, let's go. Because these are called boxing things, aren't they?
No, the cricket pads.
Right, what do you? Okay, let's see how fast they are. I want to see this. Don't actually hit me, please. Anyway.
I've never liked you. You know.
Maybe, guys, would one of you like to do this? Because you get to sit there. All right, okay. So, where do I hold my hair? Okay, let's see.
Right, well, show a few jabs.
Oh, no, you're going to hit me. This is going to hit me. And that would be the same technically thing. Come on in.
Then throw a few jabs.
Oh, jeez. Take those. Bloody hell, that's a proper punch. That hurt my shoulder, even though he was there and he hurt the shoulder.
I'm not sure you're the right hook yet.
What did you do that for? What's it? That's a horribly strong hand, which is, I suppose, for a boxer, is probably quite a good thing to have, but that's terrifying. Can I tell you what's horrible as well is now this hand smells of the inside of that glove and that horrible... It's leather. It's like a night out with the cheeky girls. All right. Poor Lembit. Hey, Ricky, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for
It's
having
great
me.
to
It's
have
been a pleasure.
a British champion who is at the top of his game and is still taking on the big fights and, you know, and obviously he's proud.
And I think the best is yet to come. I'm 28, so I've just got to my prime, so...
2 or 3 years at the top more, let's hope so.
Yeah,
Ricky, good luck at the fight in Vegas. Who's it against again?
Jose Luis Castillo, who, in fact, is ranked above me in the pound-for-pound rankings. So
it's quite a challenge there.
2 of the best fighters in, you know...
Well, in the world.
In any weight division, and any, you know, any weight division in the world. Yeah.
Have you ever punched someone so hard that they have vomited?
Believe it or not, in my first professional fight, he hit someone in with a body punch and he staggered to his corner and, you know...
Incredible.
Yeah.
Have you ever punched someone so hard that they have forgotten who they were for like 2 or 3 days afterwards?
I've forgotten who I was for a few days after, because sometimes you get a bit of deja vu, when they hit you.
I bet.
Sometimes you think, have I boxed you before? It's true, you think you've been there before, you know, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricky Hatton. Thank you, Ricky. That was great. That was great. Thank you very much indeed. Wow, that was quite something. Ricky Hatton. Ricky!